When you think of Portugal, you might picture beautiful beaches, historic castles, and sunny skies. But what if I told you that 125 million years ago, these same coastlines were home to incredible dinosaurs? It's absolutely fantastic. Every so often, the cliffs and shores give up their ancient secrets, revealing fossils that change everything we thought we knew about the prehistoric world. New discoveries are always just around the corner, waiting for a keen eye to spot them. It's a thrilling thought, isn't it? That beneath the very ground we walk on, a lost world of giants is waiting to be uncovered, piece by magnificent piece. This is exactly what happened back in 2016. A researcher named Pedro Malrecas was exploring a stunning beach called Praia da Areia do Mastro, right on the coast of Sesimbra. Imagine walking along the shore with the waves crashing beside you and stumbling upon something extraordinary. It wasn't just a random bone, but the most complete dinosaur skull ever found in Portugal. Finding a complete skull is the ultimate prize for a paleontologist. It holds so many clues about how the animal lived, what it ate, and how it saw the world. This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime find, a perfect time capsule from the early Cretaceous period. The discovery was carefully excavated and studied for years by a brilliant international team of scientists. It takes a tremendous amount of patience and skill to free such a delicate fossil from the rock that has held it for millions of years. This wasn't just any old dinosaur either. As the team worked, they realized they had something entirely new on their hands. It belonged to a group of plant-eating dinosaurs called iguanodonts, but it had features never seen before. This particular dinosaur was about to become a star in the world of paleontology, a brand new species that would help fill in a major gap in the story of life on Earth. After years of meticulous research, the exciting news was officially announced in September 2025. The world was introduced to Cariocecus bocagei, the first named iguanodon species from the early Cretaceous of Portugal. This discovery was a massive breakthrough. Before this, our knowledge of iguanodons from this specific time and place was based on just a few scattered and broken bones. Now, with a nearly perfect skull, scientists had a treasure trove of information. It was like finally finding a key that could unlock a whole new chapter in the incredible saga of the dinosaurs that once roamed Europe. So what makes Cariocecus bocagei so special? Well, it all comes down to its incredible skull. When the scientists examined it, they found something truly unique, a feature never documented in any other dinosaur species before. Its cheekbone, which we call the jugal bone, was completely fused to its upper jaw, the maxilla. This might sound like a small detail, but in the world of anatomy, it's a massive deal. It's an evolutionary adaptation that tells us this dinosaur was doing something very different with its mouth. This wasn't just a casual plant grazer, it was built for some serious business. This fusion of the bones would have made its skull incredibly strong and rigid. Think of it like a reinforced frame. Why would a plant eater need such a powerful bite? The answer likely lies in its diet. Cariocecus probably fed on extremely tough, fibrous plants, things like cycads or tough conifers that other herbivores might have struggled with. This super strong jaw structure would have allowed it to generate immense chewing force without risking damage or dislocation to its skull. It was essentially a specialized super chewer, perfectly adapted to thrive on the toughest vegetation in its prehistoric environment. It's a brilliant example of evolution in action. Even more fascinating is the fact that this incredible skull belonged to a young dinosaur. The scientists determined it was a juvenile or a subadult, meaning it wasn't fully grown yet. This is an absolutely fantastic piece of the puzzle. Finding a young specimen gives us a rare glimpse into how these magnificent animals grew up. We can study how their bones developed and changed as they matured. It's like having a baby picture of a giant. For scientists, this is incredibly valuable because it helps us understand the life cycle of dinosaurs, from a small hatchling to a massive adult, a process we still know very little about. The fused jaw in such a young animal is particularly revealing. It tells us that this important adaptation for powerful chewing developed early in the dinosaur's life. This wasn't something that only happened when it became a full-sized adult. This suggests that even as a youngster, Cariocecus bocagei was already tackling tough food. Understanding the timing of when different bones in the skull fused together, a process called coossification, helps paleontologists create a timeline for dinosaur growth. It's through remarkable finds like this one that we can piece together the story of how a dinosaur truly lived and grew. One of the most amazing things about this discovery is how modern technology allowed scientists to see inside the dinosaur's head without ever breaking the fossil. Because the skull was so perfectly preserved in 3 dimensions, the team could use advanced CT scanning techniques. This is similar to the medical scans doctors use on people. They took thousands of high-resolution images of the skull and fed them into a computer. This allowed them to create a perfect digital model of the fossil, which they could then examine from any angle. It's like holding a 125-million-year-old skull in your hands, but on a computer screen. This digital reconstruction gave them an unprecedented look at the dinosaur's brain cavity. Even though the soft tissue of the brain was long gone, the inside of the skull retained its shape, acting like a perfect mold. From this, the scientists could map out the different parts of the brain. They discovered that Cariocecus bocagei had a relatively large brain for its body size, but a surprisingly short olfactory lobe. The olfactory lobe is the part of the brain that processes the sense of smell. This might mean that its sense of smell wasn't as important as its other senses, like sight or hearing. The digital model also allowed the team to trace the paths of the cranial nerves and even reconstruct the delicate structures of its inner ear. The inner ear is crucial for balance and hearing, and its shape can tell us a lot about what frequencies an animal could hear. The findings suggest that Cariocecus had good hearing, which would have been vital for detecting predators or communicating with other members of its herd. These incredible insights into its neurosensory capabilities bring us closer than ever to understanding how this dinosaur actually perceived and interacted with its long-lost world. It transforms it from a collection of bones into a living, breathing animal. Studying these internal features also gives us clues about other aspects of the dinosaur's biology, such as its metabolism. The combination of a large brain and keen senses suggests it was a fairly active and complex animal, not a slow, lumbering beast. This kind of detailed analysis was simply impossible just a few decades ago. It shows how technology is revolutionizing paleontology, allowing us to ask new questions and find answers that have been locked away in stone for millions of years. We are truly living in a golden age of dinosaur discovery, where the digital world helps us resurrect the prehistoric one. This fantastic discovery does more than just introduce us to a new species. It shines a bright spotlight on Portugal as a crucial location for understanding dinosaur evolution. For a long time, the early Cretaceous period in this region was a bit of a mystery. We had plenty of fossils from the earlier late Jurassic period, but then the trail went cold. Cariocecus bocagei helps to bridge that evolutionary gap. It connects the more primitive iguanodonts of the Jurassic with the more advanced species that came later. It's a vital link in the chain, showing us how this successful group of dinosaurs diversified and spread across Europe. The name given to this new dinosaur, Cariocecus bocagei, is a wonderful tribute to both ancient and modern Portuguese history. The first part, Cariocecus, is a nod to a powerful war deity who was worshipped by the pre-Roman people that lived in the very region where the fossil was found. It's a way of honoring the deep, ancient history of the land itself. It connects this prehistoric giant to the human cultures that would one day call the same place home. It's a powerful name for a dinosaur with such a strong and mighty jaw, a true warrior of the plant-eating world. The second part of the name, bocagei, honors a great figure in Portuguese science, José Vicente Barbosa do Bocage. He was a pioneering zoologist and politician in the 19th century who made immense contributions to the study of natural history in Portugal. Naming the dinosaur after him is a fitting tribute, linking this groundbreaking new discovery to a long legacy of scientific exploration and passion in the country. It's a way of saying that the spirit of discovery that drove him is still alive and well today, carried on by the team who brought this incredible animal to light. Ultimately, every new fossil like Cariocecus bocagei adds another brilliant piece to the giant jigsaw puzzle of life on Earth. It reminds us that our planet has an incredibly deep and fascinating history, filled with creatures more amazing than we can possibly imagine. Discoveries like this fuel our curiosity and drive us to keep exploring, to keep digging, and to keep learning. They show us that there are still so many secrets buried beneath our feet, waiting for the next generation of explorers to find. And that is what makes paleontology one of the most exciting adventures in the world.